Hey turnaround leaders, this is Otis with otisclayton.com. I'm here to talk about 3 ways to increase student achievement. And so I know you're thinking we're always talking about student achievement because that is the primary driver for students in urban secondary schools. We want them to do well not only on standardized tests but also in life. So we're going to talk about 3 ways to do that, and the overarching reason or way to get that done is through building resilience. So in some of my other posts and research I've done, I talk about being a caring teacher. You want to get to know your students. Now there are a couple of ways that you can develop relationships with your students. You can start a club or an organization and invite kids where you have similar interests, going to the basketball or football games of your students and being among the crowd to show your support. And the third way to get to know your students, I think is very important, comes from the Gates Foundation, their teacher effectiveness initiative project that they did. Talks about student surveys, getting to know your students and having them give you feedback on your practice. I think when you open yourself up to your students and say, hey, I'm here to help you, I want to make sure that you learn, it creates a positive message for your students to let them know that you don't have it all together, and as a team you can get it worked out. The second thing is from Robin Jackson's book, Never Work Harder Than Your Students. And the second key is just that. Never work harder than your students. As a teacher, you must be prepared every day for your lessons. You must be prepared every day. If you don't have a prepared lesson, there's no way the students can improve their achievement. And these lessons, of course, must be based on a standard. The activities that you create from your lesson plan must also be worked out by you. Finding multiple solution paths will help you better plan your lessons so that you can increase that student's achievement. And the final way with never working harder than your students is to use those task analysis guides. So I talked about that in a previous post. I think it would be extremely helpful for you to go back and review that with the task analysis guides. And the third way to increase student achievement is to raise your expectations. Sometimes in urban schools, we have goals that are given to us by the state. And sometimes those goals are very low. It doesn't include all students. You want to make sure that we get all students ready for life. So developing SMART goals that not only say, hey, we're going to get 6% of students or 10% of students, but let's say we're going to get 100% of our students. Because I believe what Les Brown says, that if you shoot for the moon and miss, you'll at least land among the stars. So if we enhance our expectations for students through SMART goals, showing them the data from those goals, discussing the challenges that we have, and also providing opportunities for tutoring and intervention for those students to say, hey, I care about you and I want you to do better. And using our lesson plans to revise and say, okay, well, what are some opportunities that I possibly missed to make sure that kids understand? And also, I definitely want to include, please call parents. I know you hear this millions of times, but this is so true. Parents are working hard, especially with students in urban schools. I know I've had parents that are working 2 jobs. They aren't interested, they are engaged, but they are just worn out and dog tired by trying to make ends meet. We must be the parents in place for them to support those children. So developing that relationship with those students, never working harder than your students, and then finally raising your expectations. And some of the unintended benefits of doing that is to increase your improve your culture and climate, develop positive relationships with students and the community, and possibly even having a rewards and incentive program for students who continue to perform above standards, or at least are performing toward attaining those goals. So listen, this is extremely important. I know you can do it, and if you need me for any reason, please send me an email at otis@otisclayton.com. Please remember to like, Share this with 5 teachers. Share this information with 5 teachers. And also subscribe to this channel. I'll be giving you more information, and I appreciate the emails and also the comments. Listen, guys, have a great day, and remember our call: never let our students fall.